AshBlonde6, also known as GypsyRose Blanchard. Comments and threats. A narcissist will be angry at you for finding out the truth about them.
That I didn't notice yesterday. And then my wife was reading the comments of this AshBlonde6, right? Which we know 100% is Gypsy. 100%. And she pointed out to me, she says she's making a veiled threat now, bringing your grown children into it. In these comments, I said, what are you talking about? She says it's subtle and it's veiled, and she's going to hide behind her, plausible deniability. Well, you don't know that AshBlonde6 is Gypsy. Well, guess what, Gypsy? I know it's you, bitch. And you are now going to be held responsible for anything that comes off of AshBlonde6. Fuck you and your fucking plausible deniability. You can shove that right up your ass. You don't know the difference between the theirs. You spell lying, L-I-E, all the time. You say boo-boo in there. You call, oh, honey, all that shit, all right? I know it's you, and you're going to be held responsible from now on, okay? She showed me, she said in a comment to me, and I didn't even notice it, talking about knowing where your children still live and all this, knowing about where your children are. And I didn't think about that. She says that's what that is. Okay. So now this is what we're dealing with. See, when they can't shut me up, this is how they do it. Next, I'm going to get an 8x10 glossy black and white of one of my grandchildren at school outside playing at recess.
Post by Rinkinator on Reddit. If I remember, Ryan himself touched on this on a live, saying he knew damn well AshBlonde was Gypsy, so they even had him convinced too.
Why did GypsyRose put all these comments on Ryan's little podcast like it's in the third person? Ryan, you can love her or whatever, but you don't understand her. Her and Ken had a connection before you. You couldn't break, and now they share Aurora, so that bond is even stronger. It's funny they put that because just 5 months ago, shortly after Aurora was born, GypsyRose was sending this man glamour shots of her and pictures of her and the baby and trying to meet up with Ryan behind Ken's back. Even went as far to say as Kim was not meeting her emotional needs. And then this, you can love her or whatever. I don't mind if he loves her, but she just doesn't love him. She only wants anything to do with him when she needs him to tell her how wonderful she is. Because, Ryan has always been her comfort. And then Christy Blanchard, Sarah, I gladly speak to you and tell you the truth. I have nothing to hide. He told you a lot of untruths. We fucking 5. You mean lies? Christy has told her fair share of lies too, and she acts like she had nothing to do with the Ken and Gypsy situation when, ma'am, it is extremely freaking weird that you kept contact with Ken for years after him and Gypsy broke up. That shit's weird as hell. Mia even thought that shit was weird and was like, if you ever do that to me, man, there's gonna be issues. Because it's fucking weird behavior, Christy. She wants to go on the podcast and tell her truth. Maybe Ryan was right. Maybe Christy did like having them damn interviews, honey. This part down here, the night that Gypsy got out, he was like a teenager who only wanted one thing from her. It was sickening. Did you forget the episode that aired the night after she got out, where she comes out the room and she tells Christy and Mia, we consummated our marriage. It was so good. And she talks about how she was doing it on the bed with her family awake in the next room. Sure, it was Ryan who was like a teenager and it was sickening. Yeah. This ain't all alleged. Somebody said that shit and it might be Gypsy, but this is for entertainment purposes, only my opinion.
Well, then put it in turbo supercharge. Gypsy isn't going to lie and say Aurora is not real because you want her to. Who are you? Gypsy is not going to get Nick off after he killed her mom, instead of telling her no and not doing it. And do you think she would trust Nick if he was out? He would stalk her until her last days. He was obsessed with her. I don't think she cares one bit if you and yours hate her or like her. You are not involved with her daily life. You are not her family or friend. She is not going to lie to get Nick out. For what? Gypsy is not a murderer, and I don't care if she planned it, or whatever you all like to say. She did not stab her mother. Show me where it says that. Waiting. Where is it written, Gypsy? Where does it say you are a smurderer? Wikipedia says your mom was smurdered on June 9th. We all know Nick didn't arrive at your house until June 10th. Also, Nick only jabbed DD in her back 4 times. Where did the other 13 jabs come from? Where did the blood come from that was in the kitchen, the hallway, the bathroom, and your mother's bedroom floor? Even you pled guilty to second-degree murder. Yeah, it doesn't. Nick is the one who murdered her mother. Just one of many comments left by AshBlonde6 under the video titled Ryan Anderson, GypsyRose Blanchard's ex, on if he still loves her. The Sarah Fraser Show. Ryan, you need to stop blaming Christy for your problems with Gypsy. In case you haven't been watching, Gypsy is her own person, and a strong person. If she wanted to stay with you, she would have, no matter what Christy or anyone else may have said. You need to realize this and move on. Also, another thing, someone posted as a comment. With all the money Gypsy has with the show, her book deal, and her grift, she still tried to get spousal support out of Ryan. Gypsy went after his teaching pay. She went after his job too. Gypsy got him fired twice. She totally shits on this guy, and he just keeps taking it. It's embarrassing. AshBlonde6 replies. Well, yeah, okay, she spent money on Ryan when they were married, and after they separated he took money out of that joint account and went gambling to the tune of $10,000, and he never paid her back for that. And also she didn't go after his teaching pay, and she never got him fired. The first time was because he kept talking to his students about Gypsy. Their parents found out and went and complained. Since it was a private school, he got fired. The second time was due to him being late, like he said. If it was true that Ryan Anderson took $10,000 from your joint bank account while you were separated, then why didn't you get that money back when you went to court for your divorce? Maybe because it was all his money to begin with? Why you so mad, Gypsy? Post by Tyler3118 on Reddit. Even Ryan admitted on a live that she is AshBlonde6. Because she told him so. At Lost Little Ones posts. Gypsy's fake baby should be walking by now. She's lying. I agree with you 100%. Keep up the good videos. You're doing a fantastic job. AshBlonde6 replies. Aurora should be walking at 10 months? Really? Do you have kids? Most kids don't walk until 1 or 1.5 and some later so. KKel1215 says. AshBlonde6. Ha ha, bothered much you pinhead. Comments from Toddie1 Skips channel. Kate Hearn posts. She gets into Australia. Toddie, I'm leaving. AshBlonde6 replies. She and fly into Australia, no problem, but you all are behind. She changed it. She is going to Disney World. Had a coup 320 writes. Since you know her so well, what's up with the size 2 thing? She said I'm no size 2 a couple weeks ago, and then yesterday says she is a size 2. Direct contradiction. Doesn't that show that she'll say whatever fits the narrative at that moment? Nicole R7666. Australia too expensive on a bartender's salary. AshBlonde6 writes. Well, if you are so worried about this so-called rage that she still has in her, which I have not seen at all around her, you don't think making videos like this every single day, not once, not twice, but usually 3 a day, within hours, doesn't add to the rage? Of course it would. But you don't care about that. I used to think you were a nice person, but lately no, you are not. You lost your job and you have changed. Annie's1411 writes. Well. Look who's here on a fake account. Lisa Lucas 2614 writes. You threatening Toddie, freak show? AshBlonde6 replies. First off, what and where is this threat? There was no threat anywhere in my comment. It's facts. Isn't that what you all like to say? You are doing well. That is what I am doing. But honey, you might want to read things a bit better if you think that was a threat, for real. And I'm a freak show, well you don't even know who I am at all. You have no idea but keep thinking you do. Lisa Lucas 2614 writes. Nobody cares about your rage, your processing, your healing, you lying monster. We care about the truth. AshBlonde6 writes. Who is it that you think you are talking to? Have never heard don't mess with anyone on the internet you don't know? You all need to learn that. I could demon. I could the famous Luciferian. I could be the darkest blackest witch. Or I could be FBI or CIA, or undercover, or an angel, or a goddess, or the worst nightmare you can imagine. Serenity J 777 laughs at her comment. Moon Mama 34 writes. Oh please! You give yourself away in every single comment you post. Not even the ones most obsessed with you would be up in the comments saying these things. Elena Evil 8677 writes. Oh honey! I am so not threatened by you. Fox and Faye writes. Oh honey, you're so 10 years ago. Go read your comics and do some finger painting. We know who you are, and you're not even faking it in caps this time. Leslie Bedell 4801 writes. Your username should be wig too big. Bird Nerd 9701 says. This is the funniest thing I've heard today. Please pause to read if you want to see all of the comments. I will read the last one by Sweet Meadow. You definitely threatened Karma Collector, talking about how he'd be smart to be quiet because you guys know exactly where he lives. Talking about his grown children and where they live. That sounds pretty threatening. There are many more comments by AshBlonde6 all over the internet. Mostly she is calling people stupid for believing things about Gypsy she doesn't want us to know are true. Or she's threatening content creators saying she knows where their home is or where their family resides, like she did with Karma Collector. She also was cruel to Toddie one skip. Tell me what you think in the comments. Is AshBlonde6 really GypsyRose Blanchard hiding behind her keyboard? Or is it one of her best friends trolling the internet for her? Please like, share, subscribe and become a member. I appreciate you all.